The moment's finally here. I'm playing Darkest Dungeon. Let's do this. We can get the whole lore thing.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels.
Shut.
At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity.
Antiquity.
Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Peak. So yeah. Let's start a new one. Yeah, all the DLCs. Not this one, that's like the PvP DLC. I don't like it. Yes, I've played COD. I'm not playing Blood Moon. The game is hard enough already. So it's gonna be called whatever I name it, Estate. Okay. And I am gonna be playing with mods, respectfully. Oh, I don't know what's the difference between these two. Is I guess just the normal class mode and some stuff. Most of it is like visual stuff and skins, but there's like like 3 class modes. Class is like the characters that you play in game. So let me just put the class mods on top so that it won't cause any problems. Catafact 1.0 is an upgraded version. I don't know. Faster Scouting, Cat, Ravender's World. This also needs to be on top. And Crimson Core Trinkets, is that it? Dragonslayer Knight. I think, is it the same one? Let me double check that. I think I'm acoustic. Okay, so like 2 independent people made this mod. Really odd. Apparently the second one is like way more popular, so I'll just play that instead. Then with the trinkets and the animation overhaul for the thing. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. That's good enough. I'm tired.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the
Mhm.
and on its writhing path
Riding
regenerates
path.
viciousness.
Oh, accidentally skipped it. Yeah, never mind. We just got ambushed by bandits. That's it. Okay, so that's the way the game goes. Just to check the caretaker gone. Um, okay, it's fine. Okay, so that's the way the game looks. You have four party members. I only have two because these were the guys on the stagecoach. Each one has 7 skills, only 4 of which can be active. Skills can only be activated from certain positions, so that's the two green dots here, and can only target any certain positions, which is the red dot. So like this one can only be cast from ranks 1 and 2, and targets 1 and 2. This is the same, but you see the line, it means that it hits both 1 and 2. Uh, each deck has an accuracy base, which means a chance to hit the target. So like 85% means that when I hit a target, there's an 85% chance they will be hit. However, we reduce the enemy's dodge. So if another Crusader, which is not a thing, were to hit him, it would be an 80% chance. Each character has their own stats. HP makes sense. Dodge, it conflicts directly with the enemy's accuracy modifier. Protection is percentage damage reduction. Speed is, well, I'll explain it later. Accuracy modifier just adds a flat amount. So if it was +5, that would be 80, 90, my bad. Crit, chance to deal double damage, and then damage. So each character has their own damage stat. You can see an ability usually deals 100% damage, unless it says otherwise. This, for example, has damage modifier minus 40%. So it deals this damage minus 40% to each target, because it targets both ranks. Then they have the resistances. So this brings us to the third thing, stunning blow. 90 accuracy base, so it has a rather high chance to hit. It deals only 50% damage, and it has a stun effect with 100% base. So if you were to hit a target with 0 stun resistance, it would stun 100% of the time. If you were to hit him, there will be a 60% because he has a 40% resistance. And same with like other debuffs like Blight, which is damage over time, Bleed, which is another damage over time, Move, which moves them around the party, Disease is like another thingy, and then a bunch of other stuff. That's it in the meanwhile. And of course, the other guy, the Highwayman, they have different stats, different speeds, dodges, base damage, and then there's the quirks. So each character has quirks, which is basically like quirks. So he has Warrior Flight, it deals 10% damage, bonus damage if the torch is above 75. So that's why his thing is yellow, and when you hover it, it goes into detail. But he also has God Fearing and Kleptomaniac, which means he'll steal stuff sometimes based. Highwayman has hard nogging, so he has extra stun resistance, and you can see it here. Quick reflexes, which gives him speed, which you can see here, and then just another stuff. You have this thing, the inventory, the map, which is where you go around. Your torch, which is just a level of light, and it has different bonuses. So it gives us, for example, plus dodge on our guys. See how he has 10, but in here we see 14. That's because of the light level. It also gives us a scouting chance, which you'll see later, and chance to surprise the enemies. The way we move around is, so we have rooms. Right now we're in a room, so we just move around freely, back and forth. But we need to go to another room.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just
Yeah.
ahead.
So now we're in a hallway, which means we can go to the other room. And movement inside like there's blocks. A block is like a thingy, and each block can have another thing, which is like a trap, an encounter, for example.
Send these vermin a message. The
Yeah.
rightful owner has returned.
So now we are in combat.
No longer welcome.
The order of combat, much like D&D, you have your base speed, and then it's plus a D6, I think. So he's very much likely to start. Enemy has 3 speed, so technically he could go first, but it's just very unlikely. So his abilities, he has a self buff. This thingy, which doesn't do a lot of damage but hits a lot of targets. Just a normal pistol shot and then open vein. So it has very high accuracy. It does a bit less damage, but it has 100% to bleed the enemy, which deals damage over time, and also a chance to debuff the enemy to give them minus speed and minus bleed resistance. This guy doesn't have a bunch of bleed resistance, so we're gonna open vein him, and the damage is anything between these two numbers. And then I get quite lucky because he only has 1 speed, enemy has 3. Well, now he has 2 because of the debuff, which of course can also be resisted. Doesn't really matter, I just want to kill him, so fucking dodged because he is a little silly. I was gonna shank him, the London welcome. Now my guy is bleeding, which is gonna damage him every turn.
As the fiend falls,
And after combat we get some schloot. And then we keep going. My guy keeps the bleed on him, and every block that we go is like a tick. Then we have some interactables. So I know all of them, but there's like a chance. So it can either be some good stuff, some bad stuff. That's how my guy. You can choose which guy interacts with it, and why it matters is because, for example, certain stuff can give them bleed, certain stuff can give them blight. So you want the guy with the highest resistance to touch them. Also, this guy is kleptomaniac, Arcosedo, so he has a chance of just straight up stealing loot from stuff he touches. So we're not gonna do it. So I'm gonna select Dismas. Dismas and Reynold are the only 2 named characters that we get at the beginning, always these 2. Some Chevaliables. Chevaliables is good.
unchecked. There is much
Also,
to be
for
found in
each block we go, the light goes down a bit. So now it's 70, so we get more stress, more monster crit chance.
in brutal fashion. That all
Another
care
thing,
of your own
the stress mechanic. So a hero has HP and stress, which is gonna go up during combat and with certain skills, and we need to watch out for it because when they reach 100 stress, they're gonna tweak. We have a big guy and then a gun guy. So I would ideally like to target the gun guy first. However, his open vein thingy only hits ranks 1 and 2, and this guy is fat, so he takes up both of his ranks. But he has the pistol shot, which deals a little bit less damage, has a very high crit modifier, and can target the back. So I'm gonna shoot him and deal a lot of damage. He's gonna do a little AoE thing, which gives my guys a minus dodge thing again. This guy has a 50% stun resistance chance, so I'm gonna try and stun him. Green bar signifies that they have another turn to take. So if I stun him, it basically cancels out his turn. Nice, so it's gonna skip him. And because he was stunned, he's gonna get a buff that gives him stun resistance for 1 round. So we can just perma-stall. My guy got another thingy, another dodge debuff, but it's okay because I'm not gonna kill him, never mind. Rain of Whips is light damage and bleed. So that's a stress. Why the fuck walk people quarreling me? Yeah, okay. Anyway, the turn passed, so now I can try and stun him again. But do remember it deals a bit less damage. I don't really care though, because it still deals damage and there's a chance for it to skip his turn. And I like that. My guys are just bleeding. He goes first, hopefully he kills him. Okay, so he crits. A crit gives the hero crit a certain buff depending on the class. Highwayman gets speed, Crusader gets extra protection, I think, and it also reduces stress. So you saw this like halo thing with a 3 on it, that's like a heal. This guy is still stunned, which means I can't stun him again, but I can just bonk him. So very low damage roll. The Crusader usually has really high damage, but he doesn't have great backline access. And this guy is cracked. This guy is bleeding for 2 damage each turn. For 8 turns, this guy gets shot and moved. So that was a move roll. I don't know the enemy's base, but yeah. We bonk him.
Victory.
We get a little
That's the
stuff.
turning point.
These are basically money, and these come into play later. Now, we completed the quest, which means you can go home or continue adventuring. I'm gonna continue adventuring because there was a little thing here, and I wanna get it. It's trapped! Oh no! So we get Blight. 2 damage per 3 turns, but it doesn't matter because the dungeon is over and we just go home. That's the end screen. You get rewards for a quest, those stuff you picked up. You might have noticed we had 2 food in our inventory that we didn't use. And that's okay, and then we collect some heirlooms. You have busts, you have portraits, you have deeds, and then you have crests. And after adventures, our guys get XP and sometimes quirks. So this guy got Tyrone Rotator, which is awful because all this guy does is melee. So now he sucks a bit more with melee. This guy got Beast Hater, which is good. So those enemy types, these guys were humanoids. You have Eldritch, Beasts, Undead. And this guy now has extra damage and gets less stress from Beast, which is really good. Don't go to the circus. I agree, the circus fucking sucks.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
We are. You have the log, which is basically things that happen. Level ups, we don't care. Goals, we don't care. That's the hamlet. The peace estate. If you will, I don't need it's okay. Here on the right we see our roster and we can sort it by level, stress, class, or activity, which means what they're doing. So let's go from most important to least. Here on the left we have the stagecoach. Oh, let's go over the interface. Settings, glossary, which is like a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna explain it as we encounter them. Trinkets, which we find along the way. You might have noticed heroes have 2 little slots here, which is for trinkets. And then the log. Then we have a bunch of currencies. We have gold, which is the main one. The bust, portraits, deeds, crest, and then shards, which are used to just upgrade the town. And the shards are a reference for the color out of space. Call of Matter. I forgot the name, the Lovecraft book. A bunch of Lovecraft stuff in here. Anyway, here on the left we have the stagecoach, which is for recruiting new heroes.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws,
Foods and corpses.
and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Each week we get new guys. On the first week we always get a plague doctor and a vessel.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Sure. And then we can upgrade it here on the left. So we can upgrade the networks and it brings us more heroes each week. This is quite good at the beginning, so I'm gonna upgrade it. Then the barracks, which increases the maximum amount of heroes we can house. So next week I'm gonna have 3 heroes. And from week 2 onwards it's gonna be randomized classes. To its right we have the tavern, which is... no, never mind, it's locked. Never mind, okay. After the graveyard, which is where...
Most will end up here,
yeah.
covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
What he said?
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So the narrator is the ancestor from the beginning. He just tells us in bits and bobs. We get little cutscenes after every boss, and then we have stuff we have already seen. I'm gonna skip the old world one, which I accidentally skipped because it's basically us getting ganged. Then we have the nomad.
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
What they do is provide little or big bonuses. For example, Movestone. 50% skill chance on moving stuff. Some certain abilities move the enemies, and it increases their chance because the enemies also have move resistance. I'll go over the new heroes. So we have a Plague Doctor. These guys are, well, I say guys, it's always a girl. The Plague Doctor is a girl. So the abilities she has a little. She's mostly a backline character. Here you can see the average of her positions. So like, you get it, yeah. Noxious Blast targets an enemy in the front two rows. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but gives them a huge blight thing. 5 points blight for 3 rounds. It's a lot of damage. And it reduces their accuracy. This thing blights the third and fourth position at the same time for 3 damage. 4 damage for 3 rounds, really good. This one stuns both of them. This little melee ability that targets the front two rows has a little bleed. This is a heal ability. It doesn't heal much. The reason it's only green is because it can target anyone in the party. But it cures blight and bleed, which is good. The emboldening vapors give buffs to guys. And then this is a single target stun. So that's like a support damage artillery girl. The vessel is a healer. She has a little melee bonk, which does extra damage against Unholy. A little Zaptis up that can target anyone. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Only minus 25, but she doesn't have a lot of damage. But it also heals her. A little stun on the first 3 rows. That also ups our torch. Divine Grace is a single target heal. And then we have Divine Comfort, which is heals a bit less, but it heals everyone. This thing doesn't do a lot of damage. It de-stealths stealthy enemies, which we're gonna encounter later. Then we have a Hand of Flight. She can only use, it's like a damage ability. It's quite good actually. So you can see it gives her, it only does 50% damage, but it gives her 25% damage and an accuracy buff. But she has to be in the front to also spam it, so it's usually not good as you want her in the back, because she's our healer. Let's go over the traits real quick. Oh, that's quite good. She gets Spiritual, which means that she gets more healing from the vessel, from Divine Grace and Divine Comfort, and extra scouting chance in the ruin, which is an area. In turn, we'll only fly for stress relief and obsessed with the paranormal. This means that they will sometimes interact with paranormal stuff by their own accord. Not that good. And she hates beasts, gets extra damage in the ruins, but may not meditate. Not bad because no one uses it. Do we unlock any more stuff? No. Okay, so let's embark.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Yeah. So here we have the areas. We have the courtyard, which is Kingdom Court DLC. It's basically vampire mosquitoes that do a bunch of bleed. Farmstead is the Color of Madness Lovecraft shard thingy. Ruins is the ruins of the family estate, which has a bunch of skeletal enemies. Warrens is, I think, humanoid enemies. Weld is a bunch of eldritch guys, and Cove is fishmen. So our only mission, and of course the Darkest Dungeon, which is the final thingy. But we're not gonna do it because it's like level 6 and our guys cry out. So Ruins, this is the only thing available. It is a short mission, which means we don't get a campfire. Some missions are long and we need to camp in the Schmiedel. Level 1 Apprentice, which sets our guys. Goal, explore 90% of the rooms and we get money, crests, and a thingy. Plus 10% speed and plus 10% HP and minus 1 speed. This is probably going to go on him because he doesn't have good speed anyway. So here we have 2 options. We can either put the Plague Doctor here and the vessel in the back, which is good because the vessel, if she's in the back, she cannot use illuminate, which is okay because it's kind of useless anyway, so that's fine. And if the plague doctor is here, she can use her incision thing, which you can't use here. Both are like kind of useless because you'd rather just be applying blight to the backline. And certain compositions have names. Red Hook is like the developers, and it's usual suspects. Yeah, so then we buy provisions first.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
Yeah, so basically what they're saying. There's different supplies we can take, like food, shovels, antidotes, bandages. The essential ones are food. So for short quests, I always take 8 food. Sometimes, semi-randomly, you'll get food checks, and each hero will eat 1 meal. And it heals them a bit, but if you don't feed them, they're gonna take a bunch of damage and stress, so you need it. Excess food is sold at the end, so it's not the worst. Also, you get 1 free holy water from the vessel and 1 free antivenom from the plague doctor. There's also sometimes obstacles that you can just encounter. You can either clear them with a shovel or by hand, which does a bunch of damage and stress. Of course, everything costs me money. So for short thingies, I usually take 8 food, 2 shovels, antivenom, cures blight status effect, bandage clears bleed status effect, medicinal herbs cleans debuff status effects, keys, like a bunch of these stuff. Like that's irrelevant. That's a mod. It's useful later, just not now. Certain stuff like keys can give you greater treasures from stuff. So like let's say you interact with a chest, you can get just normal stuff, but if you use a key on it, you can get more stuff. Ruins usually have these chests, so I'll just buy a key. It's a risk because I might not encounter them. Holy water buffs our resistances. I'm not gonna read it even. I'm not gonna risk you making fun of me. Clears stress effect, not this stress. Like you know how bleed is like X bleed for X Y tones, whatever. There's like a stress thingy, and we have torches. So I usually take 8 torches for short stuff. And you already know what the torches are, so let's embark. Curious, be careful. Okay, so that's our guys. You already know the whole spiel. And then there's the map. Our goal is to explore 90% of the rooms, which means if we have less than 10 rooms, we can only skip 1. So we can either go all the way up, so we can skip either this one or that one, going like here or like here. We'll just start going forward and see if we can get a scout which reveals what's ahead. We start by selecting this room and moving forward. We found a thing. So we touch it and we get a torch because it's like a thingy. Each square takes our thing down by 6. So yeah, now we're down to 70. Torch is 25 light. I'm gonna light a torch by clicking here or just tapping T or by clicking these. Then go to the room. So that's a spadal. Some bone level. Not a lot of HP, not a lot of speed, not a lot of resistances, not a lot of dodges. It's pretty much peons. That's okay.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Skeletons, of course, can't bleed, so they have a really high bleed resistance. But it still deals good damage. It's more than likely going to deal more than 6. So let's do that.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
And enemies, yeah, most enemies deal corpses, which don't act, but they take up a slot. So if there was an enemy in here, I would not be able to target it because there's a corpse in the second slot. Can't use Plague Grenade because it targets the back. Could use Incision. It won't kill him, so I'm thinking I can use the speed buff on him because his smite ability does a bunch of damage. Because he just does a bunch of damage. And it deals extra damage against Unholy. And it will probably one-shot him, so let's bank on that. Huzzah! Be gone, Fiend. And he gets a little stress heal. And get some money.
Success so
Let's tap the
clearly
chest.
or is it merely
The blood.
a trick of
That's
the light?
a Vampire Mosquito DLC thing. We can make our heroes drink it, and then you get a disease called... forget the name, they basically become vampires, kinda. It makes them more powerful sometimes, but they need a consistent supply of blood, which we don't have at the moment. Also, my bad, I was a little confused. Interacting with stuff with Ronald does not make him steal. Sometimes he'll just steal on his own accord. Ooh, rubble. Good thing we have shovel, so we can either clear this by hand. It takes considerable effort, or we can just use a shovel. So good thing we got some shovels, and also we found one. Ooh. Okay, so we remember the monster surprise thingy? Surprise guarantees that all of my guys go first, so pretty good. Bone Rebel, you know, already not that scary. Bone Soldier are a bit stronger, have some protection, and do a lot of damage. And these guys, the cultists, they do stress damage. I have ways of healing normal health, but not a way of healing stress, so I do want to target these. So let's hit them with a Plague Blast. It does Blighter, which is good, and then let's shoot her. Okay, so she is basically dead. She has a 4 HP, but when she starts her turn, she's gonna take 4 blight damage. So that's done. And ideally, I do wanna stun this guy because he's stronger. Plus, it's gonna up my torch rate. He does not get stunned, but hopefully this kills him. Awesome. She's dead, and he does basically nothing, so I'm okay. Boop. Nice. So we can finish him off. So I'm gonna greed 1 point of healing because one of them is gonna probably act first.
Executed with impunity.
We have some holy water, some jewels. Nice. 76 light, it's okay. Is there something in the room? No. Let's go up. Backpack. Some loot. Keys is good.
Could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Let's light torch before we get into the room. Big room. These guys are like just wallers. Exactly what it looks like. Gets bited. She's very fast. She has 7 speed. Starts with incantation, and it does just a wee bit of damage and a lot of stress. And it also dims the lights, which is scary. So I need to deal 4 points of damage in order to kill her, which he can do because he still has a turn. So I will be greedy and try and stun the Bone Soldier. That's crazy. She has a 100% chance to do the thing. He has 25% resistance, so that's 75% chance. Very good. I could do Grape Shots, which no, I'd rather play safe, and because Grape Shots might not do 4 damage, and then she is still alive and maybe gets another turn. Big slash on my Plague Doctor, that's not nice. Now we can just straight up kill him.
Formation is broken.
And there's only this guy left. Let's shank him.
A death by inches.
Let's double shank him. And he died, which kinda sucks because if my healer got another turn, she would have been able to heal my Plague Doctor just a bit. So since we have so many keys, we can use them and then we get extra loot. Oh, okay, so here's a scout. So there's a small chance in every room to scout around, which tells us what's ahead. So there's a trap, curio. We're not gonna go here, so it doesn't matter. But now we can see the trap. Traps are like little things in the floor that you can only see if you scout. Before traps, you can see the. Yeah, so in the resistance says there's trap, which is a chance to dodge the trap when you step on it, or the chance to disarm it. So our highest disarm chance is this guy, so he's gonna try and disarm it, and if he does, he gets some stress heal. Let's light the way. Another room, another backpack. So he just steals this stuff, and I did not make him interact with it, he just did it on his own, so yeah. Sucks because it was like a bunch of heirlooms. Hunger check, nom nom, and they get healed a bit, which is not that big of a deal, but not feeding them is big of a deal. Another scout. Okay. And you can also just use food on them to heal them, like, individually. More rubber. And a battle room with treasure. Big battle room, ooh. Okay, so these guys are tanky, you know these guys. The Bone Courtier do stress damage, and these guys also just normal damage. Because those two guys in here, I can attack both of them. He dodged it, which sucks because he's my priority target. This is not good. She's getting rather low. Splish deals a lot of stress damage. I do want to try and kill him. Also exactly 10 damage. And let's try. Damn. This guy is quite good. I could heal her, but I could also stun him, which... No, I can stun this guy, yeah, that's totally the move. That way it is a knockback and a stun. And both got through, which sucks. I'm gonna move her back actually, because in the second row she can't use her grenade thingy. He loses his turn. And it's very unlikely to stun him again, because he was just stunned, so he gets a little stun resistance. Could use a party heal here. She got healed for 2 instead of 1 because she has the ouch. Oh, and that's a lot of stress as well. This is not good. More dead weight, what he dodges. Could stun this guy, that's good. He goes first, so I might be able to kill him before he gets his turn. Damn, this guy is quite good. Though I am gonna try and stun him again. Like 40% chance. Nice, that's good. Then I'm gonna plague both of them and hopefully... Nice, so he's dead on the next turn, so we basically won. So he is stunned and he has 0 speed. So the next turn, it's very likely that she will get to act before he dies. So I don't want to kill him yet, so she gets a chance to heal my guys. He's dead, so it doesn't matter. Nice, so I'm gonna party heal, a fat party heal, and now one of my fast guys act, and then we kill him. That's good. A bunch of loot. We're gonna continue, of course, because there's a thing in here. And use our last key. Very good.
Trinkets and baubles.
Nice, we got the little HP trinket, a bunch of gold, and some heirlooms. And then they are now level 1. This was got weak grip, which sucks. And then she got extra accuracy on ranged skill, which is good because she is mostly ranged.
The tents are pitched.
Okay, that's the PvP DLC. I don't like it.
Stand at the ready.
Stagecoach, let's check out our guys.
Come to town.
Antiquarian is really good. I'll tell you about her. So she is rather weak. She doesn't have a lot of HP. Her damage is very low. Not a lot of resistances at all. And her skills are mostly defensive. She has like a very basic melee attack, which can you can cast it from the fourth row, which is very nice, and it can hit all the way to the third. Awesome. Um, Very weak blight that can target everything. Get down, which takes her back 2 turns, gives her extra dodge and speed. This thingy, which is like a D-stealth accuracy debuff that can target everything. Rather nice. Little baby heal. Um, Dodge buff for the entire team. Small one. Then protect me forces an ally to guard her. Guarded allies cannot be targeted, which is good. She
She searches
Yeah,
where
she
others
searches where
will
others
not
will
go
not.
and sees
And then this is the Calfac. That's a DLC. That's a mod character that I really like. Oh yeah, let's check her quirks. Stress Eater is not that good. Hopefully we won't get above 50 stress. Less stress in warrants and crit and accuracy against eldritch enemies. That's good. Califact is a frontline healer, which is good. He has quick reflexes, which is a very good quirk. That's not that good, and doesn't drink. That's also okay. His first ability is like a basic stab that can target up to the third row, and it brings him one position forward. Second one is a small party heal. This one is a bigger individual heal, which also gives extra protection. So you can either play him as a frontline healer or a ranged carry. So this ability, he can only use it in the front. It takes him all the way to the back 3, and it deals decent damage and debuffs the enemies for extra like minus accuracy and speed. And then from the back he has a little ability which shoots arrows on everyone and does 40% damage, which is cute. And he has a shoots an arrow at any target between the second and the fourth rank for plus 10% damage. So his base damage plus 10%. He debuffs the target for minus dodge and gives himself extra speed, so that's really good. But I like playing him as a healer. And then Onslaught, he can use it on the fourth row. It brings him back 3 and it deals a chunky plus 30% damage. And it can target the backline, which is really good. So I like him. And then there's the Jester. He's the main stress healer. Lil Stab, which brings him forward, not that good. Harvest deals a wee bit of damage to the second and third rows and makes them bleed. Slice Off deals a bit more damage and does a bit more bleed to either the second or the third. Inspiring Tune reduces stress any target and gives them less stress buff. Battle Ballad gives the entire party speed, accuracy, and crit. And then he has Solo, which he can only cast from the back. It brings him forward. And you can probably notice that all of his abilities have like self buff, finale, extra damage. Finale is a big ability that you can only use once per fight. It has a lot of accuracy, a lot of damage, but it's like a basically a finisher move because it gives him a bunch of stress, minus speed, and minus dodge. So you're supposed to like play him normally throughout the fight, get some heals, get some bleeds, and then at the end you cast this to finish off the last enemy, which is in my opinion really dumb because the whole point of the game is prioritizing the like hard enemies and then leaving the tanks for last so you can heal your team after the priority enemies are done. I never use this. I usually take the bleed abilities, the battle ballad, and the inspiring tune. Either way, we need the stress healer, so that's good.
he will be laughing still
He will be
in the
laughing still
end.
in the end. Then we have the Abbey and the Tavern, which are for stress relief.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to
Yeah,
the weary and
we have bar,
broken-hearted.
gambling hall, and brothel. And you can just put the guys in any of them. Oh, he will not go into the Goblin Hall because he's a known cheat. It basically... this guy's retarded. Oh, they will only flagellant. So you can put them in any of them. It costs a bit of money, but it reduces the stress. Of course, the more expensive it is, the more stress it removes. When they go into certain stuff, they have a chance to like stuff to happen. So in the bar, they can lose trinkets. In the Goblin Hall, they can lose trinkets, lose money, or win you money and trinkets, which is quite funny. And in the bottle, they can get diseases, which is funny.
Cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey
Abbey
calls
calls
to the
them
faithful.
faithful indeed. Shut the fuck up, Mr. Caretaker. So sometimes these are occupied. This is pretty much the same. Flagellation can give you the flagellant quirk, which means you will only self-flagellate for self-relief, which is not bad because it takes up a negative quirk slot and it pretty much does nothing because I'm not going to be using these two, like almost never. Yeah, and you can upgrade the bar and the abbey so that all of these, increase stress recovery, more slots. You can see how those 3 slots per turn one's available. Costless, blah 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 blah. Not gonna upgrade these at all. Can I upgrade Stagecoach? I can. I don't think I will. Yeah, I'm gonna sell my deeds. Anything interesting here? Blight resist, useless. Move resist, useless. I can upgrade these, so I get more trinkets offered to me, which is quite good. I'm gonna do it once.
An increasing stockpile of curious trinkets gathered from forbidden
Strange
places.
Global Farmstead. So now we have access to these abilities, to these thingies. So that's a DLC, and it has like weird, goofy crystal enemies. I'm gonna save it for later. Yeah. So what I wanna do, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take out the Plague Doctor, put in the Antiquarian, and I would love some stress here. Not really. But this party is now quite weak because it does a lot of damage. This guy has a bunch of damage, but he can only target the front line. I could bring him instead. Now I have a bit more heals, but kind of less damage. I'm gonna bring him, so now I have a bit more backline access with Thrust. Yeah. Oh, and another funny thing you can do with the Cataphract. You can just place him in the back and then open the fight with Onslaught, which is kind of like the reverse of Jester's Finale. So he has 2 abilities, which, yeah, Willing Disengage, which brings him to the back, and then this thing which brings him to the front. So you can just open with it, deal a bunch of damage to one backline enemy, and then just play him as a normal healer from the first position. I will do that. This is gonna stay in the second row. Healer's gonna go here. I did get this thing, which can be good. More move speed, more HP, less speed. Might be worth it. I don't think so. Speed is quite good, especially when I have this ability. So I want him to act fast so we can divert priority targets. 4 missions. This one's a short one. Clear battle rooms, and we get bloody dice, which is good. More skill bleed chance for the Jester, which is nice because both his main damaging abilities are bleed based, so that's quite good. This thing, Virtue chance the Abomination, really sucks actually. Virtue is so when heroes get 100% stress, they basically break down and have 75% of getting a negative trait, not like a quirk. It just become just erratic or abusive or like selfish and just act out on their own during fights, which is not good. Or sometimes they have a 25% of being virtuous and like becoming stronger and reducing their own stress. So this increases that. I'm sure you can see why it's not good. Just don't want them to high stress and it's a very low chance. This is the medium, so we have a camp. We get busts, which are good. Then blood charm, 30% bleed resist, very good. This is also medium. Deeds, which are amazing, and caliphate. Ooh, more healing on this guy. I do like this. I think I'm gonna do that. So the thing with campers, you've probably seen these camping skills. Those 4 camping skills that any 3 camping skills that any hero has. I'm gonna go over that later. Yeah, so let's do this. So because this is a medium quest, yeah, we got a little firewood. I'm gonna go 12 food. 3 thingies. Oh, yeah, just a wee bit more though. I'm kind of scared. A bandage and a key. Yeah.
Pace out the halls of your lineage once familiar. Now,
Oh, fuck. Not good at all. So you see this bottle layout? We need to explore 90% of rooms. But this is not linear, it's like very sporadic. So we have to backtrack a lot, which is not good because traveling costs food. So I guess our path can be... Also, we have found a secret door, which you can only find by scouting, and it has like a little stone chest that has a lot of money. But if you used a key on it, you get 10,000 gold, which is massive. So I reckon, so we can... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can skip 2 rooms. I reckon then we go up, right, down, back again. No, because we need this, never mind. Okay, so what we can do is go here, here, down. Oh, let's just do here, go up, and then backtrack. And then just continue this road to go around and skip these 2 rooms. Books. I could interact with it. Most of the interactables have like certain stuff. Like there's a little alchemy table which you can use a torch on and then it increases your light to 100. I still don't have any stress heal. That's really scary. Ooh, that's very scary. Let's stun her. I think you're messaging me. Yeah. This guy is not acting. I mean, he probably will next. So let's slice these guys. Yeah, so now we can charge and not low roll 6 and 13 and it does 6.
exposed to a killing blow.
Ouchie. Ooh, a lot of stress. That is not good at all. At least my front line is taking the damage, not these guys. So I'm gonna try and finish her off with it. Not good, but that's okay. So this ability is usually not that good, because it has very low accuracy. The only time where it's good is if you need to finish off an enemy, and then you just get a wee bit of damage on the other guys.
Broken.
So that's like 3 damage.
Offensive.
Stop these. Would love to make him heal himself. Then he gets a little protection buff. This could be a blade, so that's also scary. And hopefully we can stun her. No, she misses.
The light, the promise of safety.
Okay, good. Finish up this guy. Some stress here, which is good. 5 speed, so it's likely that he's gonna act first. No, he has enough HP, we can just stab him. Stabby stab. This sucks because... Oh, okay, good, he dodges. So we can just do a little party heal. Because this mess is probably gonna start the next turn, because he's fast, yeah.
Press disadvantage.
And because we have the antiquarian, every fight we get a little antique, which is worth a bunch of money. And she also makes money and gems. stack up more. Metal Scout. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna offer the secret room, press W to go in. Ooh. Then we have the antiquarian interact with it so that she finds extra stuff.
If
Money,
only
money,
treasure could
money.
staunch the flow of other
And then we go
worldly
back to
corruption.
do our usual route. Actually, we're gonna skip this room because it's a battle room. And we're instead gonna go to this room, which is empty. Because we wanna avoid this stuff. A crate, we're gonna have the antiquarian touch it. Nothing, it's okay. A trap. Yeah. And a battle, so...
The match is
Oh, I
set.
forgot to put him in the fourth position. Spiders are scary. Spiders are scary. Hopefully this guy bleeds. No, he does not bleed. That's a lot of damage. And blight. So she does not finish him off. So he gets to act. At least he was dodged. I can try and stun this guy so that they have less stones overall. Then I'm probably not gonna kill him, but I can kill him. So then he does not act next time. And these guys do not drop corpses because they're small. Bite. Dodge, that's good. I can probably finish him off.
Back to the pit.
Then there's only Spitters. Like, yeah, oh fuck. I was contemplating between a party heal or stun. Should have party healed. Oh, that's good. Exquisite even. So this mess is probably gonna act first, so let's do a little party heal.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Nice.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
It's this thing, I think, I don't remember what it does, but it's good, but it's a holy thingy. Oh, it's just money, okay. I think TP is holy water on it. Get like either a buff or some stress heal. Let's do the party order so that he can use onslaught. Maggots are kind of scary because they can stun. Ooh,
Executed with impunity.
impunity indeed. So when that's
Death waits for the slightest.
yeah. So these guys,
Concentration.
they stun, they stress, and they have a chance to give diseases. That's very unlucky. That is very unlucky. At least none of them got diseases. Yeah, that's very very unfortunate. Another small heal.
As the fiend falls,
Snip. Let's do some more party heals. So technically, I could just... Oh, so when he crits, he gets a buff. Plus 1 additional HP healed, which is good because this has a very low base healing. So it went from 2 to 3, which is very good. She will not kill it, but it's okay. Hopefully no one gets Gigas. Okay, that's good. There's a little mechanic in game where if you stall out the fight too much, your heroes just get stressed or reinforcement might come.
the enemy crumbles.
So what you do wanna delay fights so you can get a chance to heal your guys and gals. You can't do it too much. Let's continue here. There's a trap. Okay, fuck, I know that if you have holy water, you can... That's an urn. If you have holy water, you can pour it down there, and then you get some treasure. But otherwise, I'd rather not interact with it. Let's go here. Because it's an empty hallway and room. Hunger check. Ugh. Scary stuff. Let's backtrack, which sucks. So when you are going to already lit hallways, you only lose 1 light per hallway, per like square. So we can go in here. Oh, so we need to go to all four. Wait, I fucked up. So I need to go here, backtrack, go here, backtrack, and then go do these two. Yeah, whatever. Another hunger check so early, I think I'm cooked. Let's touch the books. A map. So it scouts the entire thing.
The way is lit.
Some of it at least. You know, let's actually go here. Let's go back and check out these curio. Some bags. It's empty. Okay, and then we're gonna backtrack. And usually going backwards is not a good idea because your guys get stressed. But it's only one block, so that's okay. Nothing in this hallway.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Really hope we find more food. Eventually. I stepped on a trap.
Curious is the trap maker's art.
Oh, and she... Yeah, okay, so that's what I was talking about. 100 says she gets this. Fearful, which changes her stats a lot. Yeah, they get afflicted. Less resistances, less HP, less damage, but more speed and dodge. But she acts out on her own, which is really bad. I avoid errands are scary. Okay, so let's do these four rooms. Let's avoid this one because it's a battle room. Backpack's good. A map, fuck off. Touch. Okay, it's going okay. Too bad there's no downwards hallway here. Okay, so I'm thinking.
In radiance, may we find victory.
So I can, yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna camp. So when you camp, you can choose to eat. Oh, why is it only 3? Why is it only 3? Oh, okay. So she has more than 50 stress, so she eats 2. So I can't have a full meal. I can have a half meal, which is just nothing. But I don't get any of the negatives. So each guy has their own thingy. There's the 3 basic thingies, which is minus 15 stress on 1 companion, 15% HP heal, which removes blight and bleeding, and pep talk, which removes. It's not minus 15%. It's if they were to take stress damage, it will be 15% less for 4 battles. And then I have some unique stuff. So like this guy has more protection on 1 companion for 4 battles, 15% healing received, nightmare, less chance for party ambush, more chance for monster ambush, prevents. Okay, so if I were just to go to sleep now, there's a chance I'd get ambushed and I'd be surprised and the light will be 0 and it's not good. So this prevents it, but it stresses my guys. All companions, 50% chance, 50% chance, 15 stress, not good. Or war stories, which stresses him out, but de-stresses everyone else, which I might do. And you have time, of course. She can produce a random supply item, produce a random trinket, which is quite good, a bunch of resistances on an ally, and 50% less stress. I need to reduce stress. Let's do this. This prevents nighttime ambush, but it doesn't scare my guys. Let's see what reduces stress. I guess I'll do this. And then I can use... I'm gonna grid Trinket Scar. More HP for the Crusader, that's good. And then I have Encourage on her, minus 15 stress. Then I have enough for resupply. A shovel! Wow. And then I rest. And they just sometimes get stressed for no fucking reason. Oh, or she might be scanning them. Probably. Hopefully, I won't get hungry again for the rest of the run, because if I do, I'm fucked, because I have no food. I think, I think that yeah, let's touch it. It might cause her to bleed. That's okay. Oh, the journal entry. So you have journals with like little snippets of lore. Yeah. So they do take up inventory space, but you know, it's just nice to have. Oh, is that it? I thought I have another one. Yeah, well, I'm gonna call it quits here, because nothing in this room. So that's that.
The shifted corridors
Nice, so I
hence
get a bunch of
reveal
gold,
some
deeds which are
ancestry
awesome,
are beginning to
and the
breathe
Skull of
freely.
Knowledge is more healing on my cataphract, and a bunch of fucking gold because of the antiquarian, all the antiques, and the puzzling trap as a heal one, which is like 10k ish monies. Nice, very good. She got afflicted, which is not that good. Let's see what she got. Light sensitive is not good at all, but she's not a damage dealer, so it's not as bad. And she gets. Okay, it doesn't really matter because Torch is never gonna be below 26.
Though
New
long
courtyard
memories seek
quest.
to
Not
separate
gonna do
them,
it now.
action
Let's
and
check the
consequence will
coach.
invariably
Um.
compel their dreadful reunion.
Okay. I think wanna. Oh yeah, and they also have random stuff unlocked. Uh, this guy just has better stats, more speed, more HP. So I'm gonna retire this guy respectively
Send this one to journey
and get this guy.
elsewhere, for we have
Bounty
neither
Hunter is a
stone
damage
nor
dealer.
steel.
It has a bunch of cool stuff. I quite like him. Just basic bonk ranks 1 and 2. And does the whole mark thing. Mark is basically a debuff that interacts with special abilities. So like this one does 90% damage versus marked, which is quite good. So it marks an enemy, gives himself more speed, and minus protection on the enemy. Come Hither is nice. It targets the back and it pulls them forward. And it also marks them quite good. Uppercut is a stun for the front line. Flashbang is really good because it stuns the backline. It has a really high chance, 101, 110%, my bad. And most importantly, again, stuns the backline, which is the high priority target. And it also shuffles them, so it might bring them to the front line where they can be targeted. Finish him is basically this, but it doesn't have the extra marked damage, but it can target the third position, which is very valuable. And Caltrops like a little bleed for the backline. That is to say, I quite like these guys. Early Riser is also very good, so let's take him in.
The thrill of the hunt, the promise of payment.
The Helion is also really nice. I like the Helion. So, normal basic attack. Iron Swan is a very unique ability. So, she targets the fourth and only the fourth position, which is again very valuable. Barbaric Yop, which stuns the front two targets. If it bleeds, it's a little minor bleed, but it targets the third position, which is good. Breakthrough is not that good because she needs to be in the second position to cast it, and it debuffs her. Adrenaline Rush is very good because it cures Blight and Bleed and also gives her some buffs. And Bleed Out, again, a lot of damage, but it's like a finisher move, and it targets the front row, so not that good. I do like the Hellion though.
Barbaric rage and unrelenting savagery make for a powerful ally.
Yeah, that's the circus now. Then we have the Guild and the Blacksmith.
The bellows blast once again. The forge stands ready to make weapons of
Yeah,
war.
so our guys have the weapons and the shield, and it. Excuse me, I'm very silly today. It defines the. It determines the base damage, base skill, base speed, and the base HP and dodge. So a level 01 cannot be upgraded, but a level 1 hero. Oh, wait, I need to yeah, I need to unlock it. So that's level 1, and you can upgrade it to up their stats. So let's do this. So I'm of course gonna upgrade it so I can bring their weapons and armor to level 2.
Fan the flames. Mold
I could do no, I can't. I don't have deeds, and this is why deeds are very important. So let's take the cataphract. I like him. You see, he gets more damage and more crit. Very good, and then more HP and dodge. Let's up the damage on our highwayman and also his coat. Same with the antiquarian because I am gonna be spending her. I'm only gonna upgrade the armor of the vessel because her damage is not that important, and both of them on Crusader. And then there's the guild,
Make no mistake. We will face ever greater threats.
which is basically the same, but for the skills. So you might see how some of the skills are locked. That's how you unlock them and also upgrade them. So let's do this so I can upgrade skills to level 2.
A strict regimen is powerful.
And then unlock the good stuff. So Reynald, usually I don't take Zealous Accusations because again you want to focus your damage, so splitting it is not that good. I usually take Inspiring Cry, and yeah, okay. First of all, let's upgrade these abilities. It doesn't up the damage, but as you can see, it ups the crit modifier, the accuracy, and like miscellaneous stuff, like the damage versus unholy, so that's good. This ups the crit chance and accuracy, really good. Bulwark of Faith is odd. It ups your torch quite a bit. It marks him, which makes him more likely to be targeted, but makes certain enemy attacks do extra damage, but also gives him a protection buff. Quite meh. Sparing Cry is really good though. It allows him to heal someone in a pitch, which is really good. Just a wee bit of healing, but it gives minus stress and ups the torch, which is really nice. Like, let's say you're starting out the fight, you don't want him to kill enemies, so you can just do some distress, which is nice. Then you have the battle heal, which is a battle heal. Let's unlock all of the important abilities. So he has this ability called Duelist Advance, which activates Riposte. Riposte is exactly what it sounds like. When he's attacked, he attacks back for like a wee bit less damage. But that's like an automatic attack which doesn't cost a ton, which is amazing. We're gonna upgrade Pistol Shot because backline access is important. So he has 2 stabs. He has Open Vein and Wicked Slice. Wicked Slice is stronger, but it does not apply bleed. So its situation is stronger. I'm gonna leave it for now because it's getting expensive. Upgrading the Healer's Heal is very important. Upgrading heals and stuns is very important. Let's unlock Judgment because that's a bread and butter damage ability. Let's up the Antiquarian dodge buff. Upgrade my Cataphract healing skills. And unlock the good abilities on my Jester. Okay, so I'm not gonna upgrade stuff, I'm just gonna unlock the good abilities. Iron Swan. If it bleeds. Yeah, okay, maybe I should have gotten this, because this is getting expensive. That's important, that's important. Okay. That's gonna be it for this video. Yeah. Cheers.